School is out and summer projects will now begin. And with that said, a big expansion at one tri-state agricultural program is set to break ground in June. The Hannibal Career and Technical Center will get another facility for ag science classes. The space will house the program's hydroponic system, saltwater shrimp tank, and food processing facility. All were in the greenhouse, so this addition will allow for much needed space, and they were able to secure the funds through a $250,000 matching state grant.
And in that building, we're going to have basically three different areas. One's going to be a small classroom, but then the other two large areas, one area is going to be a meat processing facility, and then the other side of it will be more of a, be able to allow us to expand in our current greenhouse.
Construction is slated to start in June. They hope to use at least a portion of the building in the fall.